Hey, here we are, guys. Here we are. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. This is the end of the day for Shib. As you can see, I'm in the East Coast here. It is 8:48 p.m. and wow, we had a heck of a day. I was a bit frustrated with Coinbase. I made a video about that, but overall, I was able to get out of my position once my sell signal hit, just like back here. You could get out, and now I'm looking to get back in whenever I get some these moving averages are crossing. So what I like to see now that this has dropped down here, I like to see kind of maybe we come down and retest this area here, this support, which I'll show you guys is on the daily here. If we come down, we bounce off of this and we get some support here, and these moving averages tend to cross over like they did here. So as you can see, as soon as it hit here, as soon as we came here, I call them the black one and the blue one. They're different time intervals, but basically when the black one crosses over is when I usually I'm looking to see what the emotional side of things are going to be. I'm looking to see what the market's saying. I'm looking at the volume. I mean, look at this massive volume. This is a really good indicator for me that it's go time. So this is when I start buying in, and then boom, we shoot up to here, and then boom, we keep going. It tells me to sell. Now I sell out a little bit, and then boom, get right back in right around here. We flip back over, and then boom, I sell out again, and I made quite a bit of money doing it. Wasn't a killing actually. I don't really in coins like this that are driven really on emotion and not on the fundamentals. There's not like a massive use case other than just basically let's all pyramid scheme this thing to the top. In my opinion, right, with this coin. But I mean, I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I'm trying to make money. That's all I'm doing. So same with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, and any number of the ones in the top 10 that you could think of, right? In terms of the use cases, I tend to put more money into things that seem to have more use cases. Maybe over time this one does. I'm not here to predict what this will or will not do. What I am trying to do is just make money off of the moves, off the swings, and off the emotion. And as people sit there and see this go up, they're going to jump in, right? They're looking to get rich quick. They're looking to make a lot of money, and so this is where they YOLO. They throw $10,000 into this thing here up here at the top, and then they sell it off down here for 7,000, and they start seeing it go back up again. They freak out, panic, buy back in up here, and then they get liquidated again down here. They sell out because they're scared, and most markets are driven by emotion, right? Most of them are. That's why, and you see that a lot in the crypto universe. You see it a lot over in stocks, and it's the same thing. It's mainly emotional. And if you can kind of get a gauge for that, you can harness your emotions. Like you're never going to sell right here at the top. Like I'm never going to sell at the top, and I'm never going to time the bottom perfectly either. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to make money. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be right on when the top is. I'm not trying to be right on the bottom. Now, fortunately, when I think 2 videos ago, I said that if we had a similar move as this one here, when we crossed, I think it was my resistance level before, or my kind of like, hey, let's go number was right here. Was it there to there? No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. I think it was on the daily. Actually, we'll pop over there really quick. It actually hit right where I said I thought it was going to. That's sheer luck. I mean, nobody knows where the market's going to go, guys. I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend like I'm an expert here in any means, any way, shape, or form. Really, I just drew some lines on here and did some stupid calculations, and that's really kind of what I think a lot of people are doing. But over time, there are patterns that form, and there are things that actually show up. In a situation like this is a pretty new coin. There's not really a lot to go off of. So you're kind of hoping that you're right. And, I fortunately was able to say, okay, well, here's where we were. And it was about 200 and 213%, right? That's what I said. This is basically going off of this prior little peak that we had. Once it crossed over here, that gave me the go signal with the volume. So that's what I'm looking at. If you guys want to see kind of where I'm thinking, if we go back to all these little bars here, I can make them a little larger for you guys to see. You see that here? This is basically the prior, let's call it the peak, because we kind of came in and just like a bull in a china shop, and we had a big old Shrek boner here, and the Mr. Krabs brought us back and stole our money back to the reality with these Krabby Patties that he gives us in this range here. So our high was right in here. So I kind of just drew a horizontal line and said, okay, if we're really going to get and this is the volume we're looking at, small volume. If we're going to get any kind of get over this resistance level here, we're going to need to break through that. And when we broke through and we had a higher volume than we did over here, I thought, okay, it's game time. Let's start allocating some money to this. This is probably another one of those times where people are just going to go FOMO on it, and let's make some money, right? So that's what I did. And so let's go over here and we'll look at it. And I mean, I didn't throw a ton of money at it. I think overall in this little trade here, which was a couple $100%, I took $3,000 and turned it into like $16,000 or so, which, I mean, for the course of, a month, it's not a bad gig at all. It's a lot of money to me, and it's a lot of money to probably most people out there, right? So basically what I was telling you guys in that prior video is this what I did? I kind of said, okay, well, in that prior move, we did anything like this, and we kind of stay on this trend line here. It's a 200% move, right? So what I ended up doing is I said, okay, well, right here we had this little peak, right? This is where the candles were. We had this peak. So I was like, if we went and did this again, and we had another 200% move from this line. See, this is very simple what I'm doing here. We grab this line here, and we go up 200%. I said right around this level here, right in this 800, doubling up our range, right up in here. And sure as crap, we actually came right up to that 200% range right there. A little bit short of it, but we got a good confirmation when this bar went over here. So I was actually putting in my my stop losses. I don't know if you guys saw any of those videos. I said, okay, look, we had these bars here. This is going to act as a little bit of resistance. We do also have this long trend line here that these act as resistance levels and kind of become self-fulfilling prophecies, right? There's a lot of people that bought right here, okay? And they've been holding on, if they still are, for months. And they say, bam, forget that, I'm selling here. So if too many people sell, this drops, right? And that's how it kind of becomes resistance. So what you're really looking for is to break through these levels right here. And that's kind of what the support and resistance becomes, right? Or you get so many buyers here, and that's kind of where it bounces off. See this little wick down here? I had all these people buying, and they're not selling at this level, right? And that's where you get kind of these supports flipping resistances and resistance support flipping to supports. And when you break through them, they become kind of significant, right? And you got these little trend lines here that kind of come up. It's in an upward trend. We broke through, and look, I mean, after we broke through this thing, it was game time. So I had my stop loss in right here, right below this. I had it at, basically we came right back down to this level. I figured we would kind of come in here. I thought, there's a possibility I was getting up to the 200%, but I didn't know for sure. So what I was doing is protecting my money that I had just made, right? I had doubled my money at least at this point. I'm sitting, on a good decent amount of profit. I think I can't even remember how much I had at the time, but it was enough to say, okay, you know what, I want to make sure I lock in that profit. And that's super important when you're dealing, especially with a coin like this or any type of trading in the market. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. Look how many people that have been basically saying all-time high are going to 70, 80,000 on Bitcoin, and now look where Bitcoin is right now, right? It's right at 60 or so. Nobody knows. They think they know, but they don't know. And you get overconfident, and that's when you make mistakes. The best thing you can do, the best advice I could probably give you is that you don't know anything, right? You just understand that the market will do what the market wants to do. The market's in charge, not you. No matter how right you think you are, you're not. And it's a game of probabilities. Is it probable that it's going to go up? Probably. Is there a likelihood it gets stomped out right here? Yes. Is it a likelihood it just tanks back down to zero? That's also probable. There are probabilities across the board. It's kind of like a game of blackjack. Not so much that it's gambling, but that there are probabilities. And, if you can set yourself up to win, you can win, right? So it's kind of where you want to go. You want to mitigate your risk, put your stop losses in, reduce your losses, win more than you lose, get out early when you're losing and keep your winners running and you'll make money, right? So basically what I did, I kind of started moving my stop losses up as this went up. And if we go over here, I like to watch the 4-hour and the daily. This gives me a little bit faster time frame, and I feel like I get a little bit better information when things are going a little banana sandwiches like this is, right? So I jump over to the 4 hours, and that's when I hit the old sell trigger gets popped up here on me, right, on the DMARC 9. So the DMARC 9, I'm sorry, I'm about to cough. Sorry. I think I have a piece of hamburger meat left from my spaghetti that was like dangling in there. So, but anyways, I get the sell signal, and that's when I really want to sit there and say, okay, I really am we're getting to a point where I think things are going to start really tapering off. We're going to start going back down. I really want to lock this in, right? So I got back in. Finally, Coinbase opened up where I was able to. I was getting pretty frustrated because I thought my order was lost, and I was going to end up getting back down here and get stuck basically where I'd gotten in and lose most of my gains. But fortunately, they got everything working, and I was able to lock in at, let's say, call it 7,200, 7,200. So I actually got out. I didn't get out at the top. But like I said, I'm not trying to get out at the top. If I do, that's amazing, and that's odd and rare, and it's like I'm not that good, right? Nobody is to get out at the top. There's somebody got out at the top today, right? But they didn't know they were doing it. They just got lucky, right? So, and I see that, and I'm trying to get out up here. I want to be able to ride this up, make the money, get out, right, and live to fight another day. And so eventually, even if it went up to here, I wouldn't have mattered. And I don't ever get out of my full position, right? I made so much money that I saved some of it in there. I still have a good exposure to it. If it does run all the way up, I'm still going to make even more money, and then I'll probably consider getting out even later. So I sell off, half my position, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, depending on how I feel about how the market's going, right? But anyway, so we come up here, and yeah, we got all the way up to here. I actually got out down in this area right here. I got out at 71, 72, somewhere probably on this red candle. Actually, is probably where it actually liquidated my my stop loss. And now here we are right here. We came down, we hit this trend, which is our daily trend. And as you can see, we had broken through it. We had a little bit of support for it. We had more support, and then boom, we rocketed up. And now here we are. We get these little wicks that are coming down here. We still have the bars up, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get over here. This is a really good spot right here, and tomorrow we could see this. This is where we had these two candles right here. We had these two levels, and this could act as support. Especially this is we call it a double support or a triple support. I don't know what you want to call it. Call it whatever you wish. But basically, tomorrow we could be coming down to about, what is this level right here? 57.14. I'm not predicting that's going to happen, but a lot of my indicators are kind of showing me this is a sell. We could come back down here, retest this area. And honestly, I'd probably hang out here, and I'd probably wait to get back in again. I'm going to look at the volume, check it out, and we could, who knows, we could drop back down to this level. That would be great for anybody that's not in SHIB. I mean, you could get in at a good amount, and then even down here, who knows. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm doing it on the internet. Trust and believe whatever you wish. I'm just providing information on what I'm doing and how I'm thinking about the market. So this is what I'm thinking. That we got this little line coming down here, and let's see, we'll go right through here. We're just bouncing right through this little area, and we could kind of just come all the way down here. Let's say right by before Halloween. We can kind of get somewhere in this range, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this, right? I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of bounce here, and then move up again, sort of like what happened right here. I mean, how many days this occurred? You went all the way to this top. We got the sell signal, same here. You popped up a little bit more, popped up even more, and then we had this big red candle, which is this, but it wicked down to here, but we came back up. And then how many days after? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this is 4 hours. I'm sorry, that's dumb of me, but let's measure the move out, right? Let's say, okay, we took it from the red candle, let's say, and then we went all the way over before we broke back out and started really doing some damage. It was this line right here. It was a day and a half. It could be a day and a half. I mean, and so from the red candle, let's see, and that could be even more, right? It could take even more days, more than a day and a half. So right here, look at this, a day and a half. What are we looking at? A day and a half right here. Oh, look at that. What number is that on? Look, that is right at this area right here. A day and a half is exactly where we were at before we, boom, took off again. So that could be what could happen here. We could be driving right down here, hit this level right here, hit this perfect little setup, and this will determine what we could do. I mean, who knows? I mean, we could sit there and say, hey, listen, guys, we're going to take this to here, move this over. Maybe we have a little spike back up to this level here, and then maybe we go riding back up. And if this happens again, I mean, we bounce off of this level. We see some support right here, same support that we saw here. Or who knows, which comes down here and it starts hitting at the bottom, and then boom, breaks up just the way it did right here. We don't know. We don't know the future, but this is a very interesting setup that it could be right at this time period. I didn't even know that before I made this video. It's about a day and a half from this red candle. It's the same. It was a day and a half at this red candle before we saw this big move up. And if we did that again from that level, we went up to ended up hitting 100% from that level right here. If we went and did that again and we came down here and hit 100% from this level, we'd be looking at, what is that, 100%? Well, we got 3 decimal places over there. Looking at 12,211. So somewhere in here, let's say, even if we just drop it down, sorry, my mouse is lagging a little bit. It's hard to really hit it right on the number here, but now we could be looking at, before on Halloween, even. I mean, look, we got 10 bars. How many bars did it take to go up here? We went from right here once we broke through to didn't I click it? I clicked it, right? Look at it. Come on. There we go. I go all the way up to the top here. It was 10 bars. 10 bars and 100% even. So if we went and did that again, it's possible for us to start here and go 10 bars like we were just at. And who knows? I mean, this is Halloween. 10 bars, Halloween, 100%. We could be looking at possibly right somewhere in this area, this $11,000 to $12,000 range. And so if you got back in here at this, if you were to sell here, your original position here, and you were able to get back in around here, and you could take that up there, I mean, you'd have even more coins, and you'd be able to ride out and get another 100% move on top of your money. I mean, it's possible, or we could hit here and we could drop back down. Like I said, you got to risk mitigate, right? So if you do go in here and you could get liquid, I mean, you don't really want us to see, you don't want to see some drops down here. I mean, if you get past this level here, I'd say this 4999, you're really looking, that was kind of the last ditch effort to be kind of support for you before you drop back down to this 4.2, and then eventually 3.113. So you get into here, and I would just wait for that bounce off, and hey, listen, who cares if you get in at 63? It bounced, right? You got this bounce coming off. It acted as support. We're good. We broke through, and we're starting a new trend, right? So, and we're probably gonna trend up to 100%. So if you get in at 62, you're still gonna 100% your money. That's insane gains. So, if you're not in, I don't know what you're gonna do. I mean, hold off, do what you're thinking. I can't actually give financial advice here. I'm just kind of showing you guys a chart and what I'm thinking through. So with that, that's how I kind of what I wanted to kind of get through tonight, guys. I wanted to let you know what I'm thinking, how I'm looking at it, how I'm reading it. I still have close to 100 million SHIB. I only sold off, I think like 2/3 or so of it because, like I said, I don't put a lot of money into these things. Most of my money's in other coins that are making, making certain development things that I believe in or I think have potential in the future. And this is more of like, I don't want to say play money to demean it or anything. This is more of like money that I had on the side that I could utilize to trade. And, I use this to trade other cryptos too. It just happened to be the SHIB is this the flavor of the week or the month for me on this one because the chart looks so good and everything was kind of kicking on all cylinders. But I follow a bunch of different ones that I look at. I actually got into let's see, I got into Floki last night. That I only put a couple $100 into it. I had some other coin that wasn't doing very well, and I actually just did a swap for it. It was a couple $100, but it is what it is. If Floki ends up getting this hysteria that this has, I'm up 100% on it already, so I'm not hurting by any means. But if it takes off like this, because that's what people do, what'll happen is here, and you'll start seeing it's gonna start dropping here, and that's why you saw Dogecoin start picking back up and all the other ones going up, because they take these profits and they move them into other coins. And as those coins go up, then they'll sell off those and they'll move it back into SHIB. It's just an ebbs and flows kind of game, and you got to understand that. So that's why you're seeing these other coins go up, and it was another, it was something else I was looking at and watching, because if you watch back in the when Bitcoin and everybody was hitting all their new highs, SHIB was just sitting here, man. It wasn't doing anything. It wasn't doing nothing, and I was sitting there going, that's very odd that the coin that a lot of people think that they can get rich off of, when all the other coins are going up, this one's going counter to that, and that was very unique to me. So I was following it more closely only because of that reason. So with that, guys, I just wanted to give you a kind of heads up. This is my view of the market. I think I got into Dobo too, whatever the heck that is. I saw it on Reddit. I don't know. I threw like $200 at it because I had it just sitting there, and who knows? Sometimes you get into these things and they go crazy. And I've made quite a bit. I've made more money than I've lost money on these things. But I've lost money too. I got into Clue Coin for like $500, and I only end up with like $50 or something like that. I don't think I can sell the Clue Coin because they like take so much money from you when you sell it. So I lost like money there. So you don't always win. It's risk mitigation. It's probabilities. But if you can get your win rate up above 50%, 70%, 80% by following your disciplined plan, you're going to win more than you lose, and you're going to make money no matter what. So, I mean, not no matter what, but you're going to make money, right? Because it's probabilities. Keep your risk mitigation low, keep your stop losses in, ride out your gains, ride out your winners, and the winners winners will make up for the slight losses that you have. And if you win more than you lose and you play the probabilities game, you risk mitigate, you're going to do really well, and you're going to make yourself you're likely going to make yourself some money. So with that, guys, I hope you guys have a good night. I didn't mean to make this video go as long as it did. I got to go downstairs, get the dishes done, get the shower going on. Got a great day tomorrow. It's a Friday. Crypto trades all day, every day. So Friday, let's see how that actually plays out. I'm excited for it. Excited to see what happens in the market tomorrow. There's a lot going on. So keep it up, guys, and hopefully you like it and you subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hopefully you just keep watching them. So that all helps the YouTube algorithm anyway. So and it lets me. It's easier to talk when you know people are watching your videos. So it's kind of cool. So I appreciate everybody that's kind of tuned in and listen to me ramble here. So hopefully I helped you in any way, shape, or form. And you guys have a great night.